Hello everybody, Emerald Finch Tarot here with a reading for Divine Feminine, and it is just a general reading, applicable any time that you pick this reading up, and it will be based on career and love. So I'm going to go ahead by pulling a moon card to find out what the overall theme is. If this reading resonates with you, then please like, share, subscribe, and if it doesn't, then just leave it for the next person. Okay, so the card that I have here is luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. And a couple of cards from this deck. So we have the Page of Pentacles, and the Empress. A card from the Animal Spirit deck. And we have the Swan. Okay. So what I'm finding with this, as I say, a business or a love reading for the Divine Feminine, and take it how you will. The look is on your side. You might actually be kind of thinking at the moment that maybe things are a little bit slow, and that, but things are all pointing in the direction that things are definitely in your way. It's the universe is definitely, yeah, the universe is definitely saying to you here that whatever business plans you have put in place, you are having divine guiding at the moment. In love as well, things may be going quite slowly, but Cupid's arrow is firing at you and your divine masculine. And although things are a little bit slow at the moment, it's almost like your eggs are being put into some kind of incubation period. Luck is on your side though, so stay hopeful, have faith that all will be well in the end. It's you're at the top of the mountain, and it's the toughest part, the waiting game. You've waited quite some time, but luck is definitely on your side. The universe is definitely firing its arrow at your heart and your divine masculine's heart. The Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is, in business, you've ploughed your field, you've sowed your crops, you've watched them grow, and you're holding this pentacle, you're holding this prize. You're, the luck on your side, your prize is going to come to you. You've done the hard work, you've put the effort in, And so this is with love as well. It's not something that you've jumped hastily into, although you've probably had an attraction straight away. You've had to, again, you like an incubation period, watching eggs just sitting still, doing nothing, a bit like watching crops grow in a field. Again, this pentacle will be yours to actually hold in your hands. So that is looking very promising. So have faith. The Empress here. The Empress is this I feel is an earth sign, but it doesn't have to be an earth sign. It can be just the divine feminine in general. The divine feminine is sitting amongst her crops, the fields that you sowed in the previous card, the Page of Pentacles. They're ripe, they're fully grown, it's been harvested. You are sitting as the Empress in this field that is rich and ready to be harvested. The fruits below are all harvested and surrounding her. They're ripe, they're fruitful, it's almost like it's a process. Look, as on your side you've gone from growing the field, the crops, to harvesting the crops. So have faith. It's all going to come in the end, in business and in love. It's just the patience, the waiting game, and letting everything take its natural course. Now the Swan here, I love this. The first time I've actually drawn this card, actually. So it's but I feel from this card the Swan is it's almost effortless. It's the Swan is it's just effortless in its creativity and sensitive mystic and elegant power. It's the Swan represents heightened creativity and it's almost like a goddess in its own way, that it actually rides on the back of this graceful creature. It's almost like the Swan is ready to take the divine feminine from there to the fluid realm of writing, creating and reflecting. So maybe that's something that you need to do while you're waiting for your crops to harvest, is actually just, to get into the Swan energy of writing, creating and reflecting. And it's a very potent and healing energy, this Swan card. And the Swan card tends to appear when your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. So maybe just, ease back on the social and just take a little time to reflect and go within yourself. And as mentioned, reflect there, and you can actually see the Swan. It's almost like a reflection in the pond or the water. It's so it's the Swan reflecting and looking back on itself. It's an inner voice is waiting to be heard within this reflection, and an inner vision is likely to be revealed as well when you go within and have this solo time. Now the Swan energy, when it's in balance, it's infinite creative power, and when it's out of balance, it's very agitated, a bit snipey and lacking in vision. And to bring the Swan back into balance, take some solo time and do some writing, a bit of reflection, and and wait for your harvest to actually happen. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull a couple of other cards just to clarify. Oh, I want to jump out. Got that there. And another one here. That one that came out was the it's the Hangman. And one more card. And we have the Devil. Okay, so what I'm picking up, Divine Feminine, is with the Hangman. Again, just grab a hold of these cards that are a bit difficult to get hold of. Let's have a look. Right, there we go. Right, what I'm picking up on here, the Hangman is very much to do with. Sorry, the light's a bit poor. It's kind of fading at the moment, but I was called to do this reading. The Hangman, it's waiting around. It's a waiting game, just waiting, hanging around for things to happen, which is in keeping with the Page of Pentacles. You know, ploughing your field and sowing your crops and waiting a whole year for the harvest. It's it's definitely a Hangman energy that you're in at the moment, waiting and waiting. But you know, within that time, do go into your Swan energy, and just solo and a bit of self-reflection. And I feel the Divine Feminine, you're kind of for the business, it's and also love as well. It's there's a devil energy kind of in the background here, which there could be some kind of addictions going on, whether it's within the Divine Feminine or but I'm kind of picking up on the fact that while you're waiting, I think you've done the hard work, but you're waiting on the Divine Masculine. I feel the Divine Masculine is maybe taking his time to step back, and he's looking at some of his devil energies, his addictions, whether you know whether this is sexual addictions or whether it could be drink addictions. I feel the Divine Masculine is really kind of working really hard at it, and that he doesn't actually want to offer a pentacle to his Divine Feminine currently at the moment, because he is conquering his own devil energies at the moment, which don't happen overnight. And but you know, being the Empress, you are sitting pretty in the cornfield, just waiting for your harvest to ripe. And Divine Masculine will actually, you are making him become a better person of his own choice, and he's doing it himself without you actually enforcing this on him. He knows you're a prize, and he is taking time and the energy to actually to do this. Whether this is whether this reading is, I mean, there seems to be a lot of kind of crops and ploughed fields kind of going on here. So maybe your Divine Masculine is something to do with the agricultural industry, whether they could be a farmer, or they could just be a country person at heart, and they are actually in the Northern Hemisphere. They are harvesting at the moment, so there is a kind of a waiting period there, because obviously harvest takes priority, and it's a waiting game. But as the card says, the first card, luck is on your side. So it's not jumping in and rushing things. It's just sitting back and waiting and letting everything kind of come round in its own time. Now, I'll just pull a card from the Universe Has Your Back deck. Also, these cards as well, again, they could represent, you know, the business side of things, where you put everything in process and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I'm trying to get a hold of these cards again. And the Hangman and the Devil energy. Again, it's just waiting and waiting and waiting. And the devil energy is you wanting to jump forward and just go ahead with, jump ahead and just kind of jump ahead and just before it's ready. It's almost like with the business side of things, you're kind of just just be patient. It's almost like with the business side of it, or this new business, you're kind of feeling like an adrenaline rush from the business. Slow with the business. So few mistakes are made. Just watch that devil energy if you're starting a new business, that you don't rush and do things too quickly. The adrenaline can take over and can be quite addictive. Just take a step back and recollect, and it's worth kind of dipping in and out of this hangman stage just to actually see see the bigger picture. So I'm just going to pull a card from the Universe Has Your Back deck. Okay, and the card we have is the presence of love will always cast out fear. Yes, I mean in love, when it's a bit of a waiting game, and you don't hear anything, and you'll think, it and it can be quite fearful that you don't hear anything from Divine Masculine, but presence of love within yourself, it'll cancel out that fear, and quieten the voice in your head. The same with business as well. Starting a new business can be quite fearful, or if you're running a business, it can be quite fearful as well. It's but go within and do everything with the presence of love, and you will change your mind. You change your outlook on the world. So that was my message to Divine Feminine. And as I say, this is for September, but if you pick up on it on any other time of the year, then this reading will resonate with you for a specific reason, and it will still count. So if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe. And if it wasn't meant for you, then just leave it for the next person. And see you next time. Thank you now. Bye.